Hi, I'm Steven, co-founder and CIO here at Quantamize, and you're watching the Quantamize Global Markets AM Preview.
Dow futures are dropping in pre-market trading this morning following news that a Boeing 737 jet crashed, killing 157 people. Boeing shares are dropping pre-market trading, dragging down Dow Jones futures, following news that an Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 crashed, killing 157 people yesterday. This would be the second crash for a Boeing 737 jet in 5 months. Since then, both Indonesia and China have both asked domestic airlines to ground Boeing 737 jets until further notice. Boeing shares are up 31% year-to-date before today's pre-market fall. Boeing makes up roughly 11.3% of the Dow Jones index. Retail sales for January are set to be released this morning at 8:30 a.m. Retail sales ex-auto and gas are expected to have grown 0.6% in January, after dropping 1.7% in December. The S&P 500 finished Friday's trading session below its 200-day moving average, a bearish technical signal for the benchmark U.S. stocks index. The drop below its long-term moving average may point to a near-term price correction for the S&P 500. Amazon.com and the S&P 500 multi-line retail index are now in line for the year, positive 8% year-to-date, after Amazon.com dropped 3.1% last week, on news that it plans to close pop-up stores and continued chatter by liberal members of Congress about a potential breakup of the e-commerce behemoth. In the options markets this morning, the number of net shorts on VIX futures increased for a fifth straight week, reaching levels not seen since October of 2018. The growth in net shorts has increased in spite of the VIX dropping roughly 37% year-to-date. This morning, the VIX is little changed, currently sitting at 16.29%. Sitting at 16.29, with Eli Lilly calls and puts, and SPDR S&P Oil and Gas EMP ETF, ticker XOP, out of the money puts, some of the most heavily traded options in U.S. pre-market this morning. Saudi Arabia is poised to extend its deep cuts to oil production into April. Allegedly, the oil kingdom is cutting its oil production even more than the agreed-upon level at the most recent OPEC meeting, as the kingdom attempts to regain control of the global oil markets. At the moment, Saudi Arabia is on a production pace below 10 million barrels per day, well below the agreed-upon level of 10.31 million barrels a day. From our popular stocks trending in the news segment, NVIDIA is close to making an offer to acquire Mellanox Technologies, according to a report in Bloomberg today. Mellanox is focused on technology that speeds data through a data center. Bloomberg reports the deal would be valued at $5.9 billion. Disney has the first blockbuster movie of 2019 with the release of Captain Marvel. The film earned roughly $145 million in the US and $453 million in global ticket sales. 2019 has been weak for films so far, so this is a welcome arrival for Disney. As we discussed a little earlier, Boeing is under pressure after China grounded all 96 737-800s in the country in the wake of the Ethiopian Airlines crash of a 737-800 over the weekend. China broke with normal protocol of the past in which the country that certified the jet, the US, is the first to make the call to ground. A few other countries have followed China's lead, while most are not yet. This crash comes 5 months after the Lion Air crash of a 737-800, which many fear was caused by sensors in the plane pushing its nose down.
If you found this video informative or helpful, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to check out Quantamize.com for your full market preview for stocks, options, ETFs, and cryptos, and to find out what trades our AI quant models like this morning.